Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something really interesting and often misunderstood, the current story of Islam and Muslims in Spain. If you think Spain is only about football, beaches, and old cathedrals, stay with me, because there's a deeper story unfolding right now. When people hear Spain, they usually think of a Christian country, and yes, historically that's true. But what many don't realize is that today, Islam is quietly growing again in Spanish society, not as a dominant force, but as a visible and dynamic minority shaping modern culture. Right now, there are around 2.4 to 2.5 million Muslims living in Spain, making up roughly 5% of the population. That might not sound huge, but it's significant, especially considering that just a few decades ago, the number was much smaller. What's really interesting is where this growth is coming from. A large part of the Muslim population in Spain has roots in Morocco, along with communities from Pakistan, Senegal, and other countries. Many are immigrants, but a growing number are Spanish-born Muslims, showing that Islam is becoming part of Spain's internal identity, not just something from outside. And here's something people don't often talk about: the younger generation is playing a big role. In fact, around 11% of births in Spain involve at least one Muslim parent. That means the Muslim population is not just growing through migration, but also naturally through families and new generations. At the same time, Spain itself is changing. It's becoming more secular overall, with fewer people strongly attached to religion in general. So Islam is growing in a country where even traditional religious identity is evolving, creating a very unique social dynamic. But it's not all smooth. Many Muslims in Spain still face real challenges. Reports show that a large number experience discrimination, especially in jobs, housing, and education. For example, many Muslim women say they are rejected in interviews because of wearing the hijab. There are also moments of tension in public life. In some areas, there have been controversies about Muslim religious celebrations or cultural expressions, showing that integration is still a work in progress and sometimes becomes a political issue. Even with these challenges, Muslim communities in Spain are building their presence. There are now nearly 1,900 mosques and prayer spaces across the country, and more local organizations and communities are forming every year. What's fascinating is how Muslims in Spain are trying to balance identity. On one side, they want to stay connected to their faith and traditions, and on the other, they are adapting to European culture, language, and lifestyle, creating a blend that feels very modern. And maybe the most powerful part of this story is that Islam in Spain today is not just about history like Al-Andalus. It's about real people right now, young, diverse, and navigating life between cultures, challenges, and opportunities. So yeah, Spain is changing, and Islam is part of that change. Not in a dramatic or loud way, but slowly, quietly, and in a way that tells us a lot about the future of Europe itself. And before we wrap this up, there's something important you should know. Some of the visuals you see in this video, whether it's photos or video clips, may not represent the exact real people or real situations being discussed. That's because in many cases, content creators choose to protect privacy, especially when talking about sensitive topics like religion, identity, and discrimination. In countries like Spain, where Muslims are still a minority and sometimes face social challenges or even discrimination, showing real individuals without consent can create risks for them. So instead, many creators use illustrative footage, stock visuals, or general scenes to help tell the story without exposing anyone personally. So as you watch, focus on the message, the reality, and the bigger picture, not just the visuals. Because behind every statistic and every story, there are real people living their lives, building their future, and shaping what Islam in Spain looks like today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.